Alrighty, hey kiddos, welcome back to another episode of Fallout New Vegas. We are almost done with Old World Blues, but before we go ahead and talk to the people in the think tank, I'm gonna finish up real quick by doing a bunch of some other stuff. Just really quick. I think we go to the DNA splicing for this one. There is a headpiece that I want, and I'm not sure if it's in here. I hope it's in here. I feel like it would be in here. And then we forgot something at Higgs Village. We need to get Klein's scrubs. And then we need to go to the kennel. And in order to do that, we gotta go to X13, grab a key, then go back to X8. So, I know, a wee bit confusing, but I don't want to forget anything while I'm here. Here we go. Haha, I can't be poisoned, idiot. But, just in case. I need... Man, I wish I had like a turbo. Buff out. Boop boop. Do I have a turbo? Med-X. Med-X is fun. Echo's fun. I do not have a turbo. Ooh! There we go, that's fun. I win. Oh, it's so much easier when I could just stun him. Oh, it's so much easier. Oh, specimen? I win. That's what I want. I look like a weirdo. But that's gonna give me health regeneration. Auto dock implant. Scientist glove. Alright. And we're good in here. We can do more damage against Cassadors now, so that's fun. Alright, then we go to Higgs again. And then we go to X13. Where the heck is X13? Here's X13. Higgs. Okay, and the house is 01. And then it'll be on top of a shelf. There it is. Okay. And we can grab these early before we grab them too late. Basically, let's grab them now before we end the DLC. Alright, and then we go to X13. I know, I don't have to do this, but I want to, because it's collecting everything. I'm not even saying that for you guys, I'm saying it to me, because I know I'm going to watch back this footage, and I'm going to go, why am I doing this again? Oh, right, because I'm collecting everything. I made a promise to myself.
Go, my minions! Sting them in the name of all that is more.
There we go. Okay, definitely not what I was looking for. Oh, shit. Oh, that's fine. Probably nothing in there anyways.
You won't escape me!
Don't I have any more stems? I don't. Keep running. And eventually you'll lose them. There we go, we lost them. Yeah, I want to go to the kennel because the kennel has a fun thing in it. I can make the Fido. Right. Go this way. Go this way. Yep, they killed me. Damn. We good? Okay, well, unfortunately, I think I'm doing something wrong. That's okay, we'll just make one of these. We'll make a dog. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a dog. Make a shaboodoo. There we go. Take your dog. Can I use this again? Or have I already used it? I've already used it. Man. Okay. Let me see if there's anything I can wear that has a big DT. Big DT right here. Okay. Pop one of these. Anything else that can boost my damage? I better rock somebody's fucking world with this. Hey, that worked! I'm surprised that did work. I mean, I guess I popped everything known to man, so... Final schematics. Release. Did I not release it? Advanced. Or go to basic test.
Attention, students. This is the pre-recorded voice of your pre-recorded principal. Dr. Principal Boros.
Get punched, idiot. I don't have any stems. Game feels faster. I wonder why. That's cheating. Why am I doing this again? I actually don't know.
Down at the end of the hall is ball storage for jocks who like balls. Richie Marks. Do you hear me, Betsy? Richie likes balls.
I have 23 HP. Oh my god, dude, I'm just juking people. I really don't want to do the advanced one. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do the advanced one. I think I want to be regular. My character's literally dying. Okay, one more thing, I promise, and then we'll beat the DLC. There's the North Tunnel, I want to go there. We're doing good, we're doing okay. Oh, they got a stim pack. Two stim packs? Oh, now they're just loving me. Alright, to the sink. I want this. We could do influencing people later. Right now, I want to do this.
Might I be of service, sir?
I cannot fix the skull suit.
Might I be of service, sir?
Oh, please!
Oh wait, now I can make Fido. Reloading bench. Workbench. I need a gun skill of 75. I don't think I'm gonna have that.
Might I be of service, sir?
Mentats. Try that. No. Alright, well, that's alright. Alright. Oh, I can take my guns out here. I can't. Dr. Boris?
Oh, Bottomite! Has it come for hellos? You'll get no such satisfaction from me. So, you put down Gabe. Thank you. A scamp, but really, his highly augmented combat programming could have proved meddlesome. In any event, thank you for putting him down. One less test subject to catalog and sort. Clearly a failure of Doggy's cybo-engineering. What? Why, yes, it is. I used to leave it outside his doghouse, chock full of chems, before the cybernetic modifications, of course. And no matter how chemmed the food, he would always eat it, and his tail would wag, even while I... You know, I'm having the most most perplexing feeling squiggling through my biogel. I can't quite pin it down. Why, yes, Gabe. No matter how awful my day had been, he was always waiting there. How odd. My gel is decoagulating. And when I would talk to him about Betsy, and how Marcus would beat on me and call me Smarty's sissy pet, he'd just sit there, head on my knee, and... If you don't mind, I'll take that ball. Just need to remove it. Put it away, somewhere out of radar range. For some reason, its similarity to the crater shape of Big Mountain is starting to fill up all available cognitive spaces. That, combined with my own overwhelming feeling of having done something terrible, the two were hitting me with unexpected force.
He feels regret. Ooh.
As odd as it is, I believe that is the conclusion. And I wonder why it didn't hit me before, until I saw that memory in your hands. This sensation is unpleasant. I don't care for it. I don't care for this place either. And I feel as if we've forgotten something. Still, it is no matter. Crush the feeling down. Crush it down. Push it into the loop. Yes, forgotten. Almost. Yes, I do not need to remember anymore. Not today.
Okay. Did I fix what everybody needed? You didn't need anything. Alright, Dr. Klein.
I can hear your penis-tipped feet tromping around.
Cool. Anyways.
Did you retrieve the technologies yet? We need them, as I have indicated. What? You did? Your survival, let alone success, barely registered in my projections. Now, all I need to do is check my transmission databank. Mobius is always filling it up with his psychotic calls. Oh yes, there's the schematics, just like you said. How truthful. Yes. 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 No. I mean, yes. You just need to analyze these technologies for a moment. They are extremely advanced, you know? I know how these technologies work. Of course I know. If you remember, we described them in clearly abstract, contradictory statements before. Why would we do that if we weren't certain on how to use them? Yes. So let me... a bit, I'll figure it out. Yes, that's what I believe I said. I've got it. The cardiac regulator in the suit, the antenna for brain waves, and the sonic frequency for the vertebral nerves. I'm thinking. This is all very complicated. Let me check something. Of course. I have it. The override sequence to open the Forbidden Zone door is hidden in the schematics. Well, not hidden. It's actually right there, behind the programming equivalent of coffee stains. It's embedded in what seems to be recursive code. It's badly commented there and there. Oh, and null pointers very sloppy, Mobius. You see, using the antenna to boost the emitter's sonic frequency, and the stealth suit to bypass the Forbidden Zone lock, yes, that could work. Was that my plan? It must have been. Sometimes I truly surprise myself. The door is open, and now Mobius will get his. biological? Ridiculous. I mean, technically, these items could all be used to put you back together once you had your brain. But for now, they can be used in the name of aggression. The door should be unsealed. Now, instead of being subjected to threats, we can now send an equally threatening message to Mobius. And that message is science. Deliver this message, and Big Mountain shall be freed from Mobius's reign of terror. You can go now. That's your cue.
Cool. Alright, so now we get to go kick Mobius's ass. Neat. We'll do it. Fight Mobius. Or not fight Mobius, but you'll see what I mean in a second. Nope, going back. As soon as I saw the scorpions, no, I think I'm just gonna fast travel. Alright, so now, Urban Zone. Ta-da!
Prepare to be
Holy shit, this thing gives me radiation poisoning and breaks my limbs. Oh great, and my hazmat suit's broken. Can't have that, can I? Mobius dude really likes himself, huh? Alright, what does he say? Impervious to small arms fire? Yeah, okay. What? The constant improvements to giant scorpion. Okay. Activate target drones. Boop.
It looks like the target drone's
Holy fuck! Jesus Christ, that thing hits hard. I don't need to worry about addictions. I'm fine. Punch the shit out of this thing. Punch it. That's how we're gonna do it. Now we're gonna punch the shit out of this thing. Yeah, this thing sucks. We tried to disable it, maybe? Like, just turn it off? Bite pin. What's this? Ooh, audio sample scorpion. gotta be some way that I can turn this thing off. Maybe this room? Okay, it doesn't know where I am. We're just sneaky. There we go. Got him. There we go. We just turn him off. Now he's friendly.
Oh, is someone playing with a power? My X-42 giant scorpion lives again!
Here we go. Emergency shutdown. Ooh, that was easy. Okay. And emergency shutdown.
Is this thing on? This is Mobius. Dr. Mobius. We're initiating some kind of emergency test shutdown. In 5, 4, as in forbidden, 3, as in tree, 2, as in 2 protest, 1, as in none. Oh, the emergency overload is initiated.
I win. Did that work? Did that shut it off? Yeah, we got it. Hello, Dr. Mobius.
Oh, hello there. You are there, aren't you? Forgive my confusion. So hard to tell these days. You seem familiar somehow. I'm guessing you're here for your brain, perhaps? It's just up there. Such a nice brain, young, very bright. A little hard to see you. Can you walk into my left, right FOV cone? Ah, that's it. You're coming into focus nicely. Oh, well, that's good. Were we supposed to fight? I certainly don't feel violent, but, well, these contraptions make it hard to tell. Really? That implies preconceived notions, theories, and a hypothesis about this meeting? Please extrapolate. What was I supposed to be like? After all, it might be worth the cognitive realignment if your theoretical Mobius is better than I.
I thought you were supposed to be a threat, guy. Turns out you're just a super friendly bonezo. Alright, well, I need my brain back.
Do you? You seem fine without it. And does it even want to go back with you? Maybe you should ask it. It's quite independent, has all manner of opinions. Tell you what, I'll leave it up to your brain. If it wants to go, then fine. If not, well, you should respect its wishes. Oh, curiosity. I experience that less now that I know everything. Oh, maybe it was when I found out some unpleasant answers.
Oh, hold on. Do I have repair? Repair. Dude, I've got so many magazines, I don't even know what's what. It's so hard to keep track of them all. There's science. Speech. Repair. You know what, maybe mentats too. There you go.
I'm having the most peculiar feeling of deja vu right now. That's French for, deja vu, I believe. Have we met before? The ghosts aren't real? That changes everything. Why, I can save my computing power for other perceptual impossibilities. Please be my guest. The receptor is there, and the side-switching wobbly bob, just turn that. Good, good, better. Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. This is even better than my afternoon Mentats break.
Cool. You know what? You don't seem that aggressive. Why broadcast threats to the think tank?
Oh, I was probably tripping hard on Psycho when I sent that. Had to work myself up to it. Not usually violent, except when I am. Then, watch out! So many chems, such varieties. Whenever I take Mentats, I can feel my entire chassis breathe like a big spherical lung. As for the Psycho, sometimes get the chem dispositories in my tank all switched up. Go in the wrong tube. Still, served its purpose.
And what was the purpose?
I find things... Well, every scientist needs an army. Mine came to me after these rather large scorpions kept coming in from the desert, like poisonous frosting. How scary, I thought. But they had survived when nothing else had. Perfect candidates for improvement as a reward for their tenacity. Then I thought, what if they shot energy bolts and acted as walking eyes and data-drained computers and acted as bullhorns? Then I made them bigger. Then I thought about custard. I do so love custard. Or was it mustard? Mustard custard. I miss sugars and salts.
Damn.
Did I? Maybe I did. Can't have them leaving. There's some reason for it. Ethics or, conscience? You and your brain are quite alike. I'm sure it knows the raisins better than I do. Dr. Mobius. Rather catchy, isn't it? It's my name, and my new name overwrote the old one. This name's as real as you or I, although I believe your brain expressed similar incredulity at the nature of such an appellation. Someone's been watching too many old-world science fiction movies, it said. I believe it meant me. I must admit I have a vulnerability for holotape fantasies of planets and robots and all that is forbidden. As for the name I was born with, like the think tank, we were all reprogrammed to forget them, take on new names. It enforces the recursion loop in our perception programming. Now, trap is a rather harsh word, like excrement. Not an inappropriate word, but still rather harsh. But, yes, I did take some liberties with their programming. Yet all right, they don't remember. I certainly didn't until you said trap, and then I said excrement, and then... The radar fence to keep the think tank hemmed in wasn't really enough. They keep testing things. They would have found a way to disarm it. I suspect I have Plan 9s in place, but I may have coded myself to forget them, just in case. They're probably very dangerous, lethal, or worse. So I had to do something else to keep them occupied here, or as you like to say, trapped. I prefer to have several Plan 9s in case the 7s fail. Oh, you figured it out. No pun intended. Dr. O, which is actually not his real name multiplied, since you can't multiply his real name in the first place. Ouroboros, Klein, they have all forgotten themselves. And not only themselves, but the world, sense of time, and history. All that is left is what's here. I reprogrammed their chronometers, geometers, and cartography programs. This is now their world. Here, Big Mountain. It was a merciful lobotomy, really, thinking back. They were my friends, but sometimes they would take things too far. And the world isn't ready for that kind of too-far thing-taking. That's my professional opinion, anyway. And I am told I was once quite professional. Really? It is so unlike me to make an error in anything I do. Well, it's simple. Despite their many failings, they are rather bright. They are the think tank for a reason. That I didn't change. Without something to distract them, make them afraid, they would simply deduce what had happened. And when they start deucing it up, then you came along, the final variable solved. They saw that their world was larger than they perceived. Bacteria, finally able to see its host. There have been other visitors to make them doubt their perceptions, but you are the one who dialed back their monitor micromagnifiers. You were irrefutable proof that there was a world outside. And then there was the whole brain fiasco, which forced me to take steps. See, your brain had a special kind of wrinkle, a uniquity that they had never thought to try in all their countless escape attempts.
Was it because I was shot twice in the head? That might be why.
Yes, very good. I should have mentats ingest you instead of the other way around. Mentats. In any event, you showed up at the think tank, and because you had suffered a cranial injury in just the right place, bullets in the head are usually much more fatal, and yours was a light case of bullet headitis. But it was enough for the autodoc in the sink to change its programming to fix the problem, and the brain extraction technology for once worked. That gave the think tank the knowledge its brains couldn't possess. With that knowledge, the procedure can be reversed. If they obtain that procedural data, they can use it to mush and modify their cranial cells into hosts to slip past the radar fence. I'm sure of it. And once they're off the reservation,
They can basically just fuck around and do all the science they want with nothing to stop them.
oh no, I doubt your brain would be so unreasonable. It already knows the trick of it, you see. Doesn't need to be in a host body at all. If you become friends or exist in an uneasy truce with weapons aimed at each other, it would unlock the fence for you. Well, once the think tank was dealt with, of course, your brain is a responsible sort. Doesn't want mad scientists running around everywhere. I consider coincidence to be profanity, along with the words astrology, herbal tea, and luck. So watch it, potty mouth. My threat broadcast is designed to instill and install fear. And along with the emotional download, other data rides the fear carrier wave. It prompted them to focus on retrieving those technologies and bring them to attack me. And coincidentally, pardon my language, all those technologies are needed to put a brain, your brain, back into its skull properly. The X2 antenna can be used to focus your alpha wave frequency thought patterns. The sneaky suit? Why, it houses a cardiac regulator. And the sonic sound wave projecto emitter was never intended as a weapon. It was a medicinal vertebrae pulse desensitizer. In short, brains, a heart, and courage. Spine. I think there was a story once where a band of murderous thugs sought these things. They had them all the time in the story. Didn't stop them from murdering to get them. And it won't stop the think tank either. Oh, that means my plan is a total failure. That is unfortunate. Oh well, at least I tried.
Oh well.
Yes, my overly aggressive cammed-up broadcast was designed to keep reinforcing the forget, fear, rinse, and repeat program. Oh, and the get me the things to castrate your only possible escape attempt. But I couldn't delete you or your arrival any more than I could the other visitors. Only so much science can do when you started talking to them. You're really quite difficult to ignore, you know. It's because you're, well, rather intriguing, if you'll forgive an old brain for saying so. Yes, this is getting interesting. You are just filled with these little slices of curiosity, aren't you? Oh, a variety of raisins. You're something of a homily. The anomaly? You're really quite special, and not in the cranially challenged way. You see, you are the most successful brain extraction experiment ever performed here at Big Mountain. A victim of your own success, as it were. If you were to go back with what your brain knows about the procedure, well, your brain could be popped back in and you could walk right out of here. Can't have brains moving around of their own volition. I'm not sure, except that I'm sure there's a very good reason for it. I have very good reasons for almost everything I do. Even if I forget them occasionally. Although I feel this one is especially important. Oh well.
Okay, well, that's alright. Up my guns. 80. And then repair needs to go up. And then we can do some more stuff. They do 75% critical damage against animals and mutated animals. Ooh. Maybe. Shotgun surgeon. It's for next DLC. Okay, cool. There's all the same ammunition here. Okay, then Mobius's scrubs are in here. I just gotta find them. They're in a box. Yeah, well, that took a bit forever. You know, it's ironic. Talking the dog took longer. If I really wanted to, I can get this stuff for crafting. Holy shit, look at all that mentats. I don't need all that. Scientist scrubs. Oh, brain.
Well, well, look who finally dragged themselves in out of the wasteland. And where have we been, Crawling through pits of radioactive muck again? Ah, lovely. Figured that out, have we? Would you like a cookie?
Why are you such a dick?
Yes, well, believe me, the opposite is equally true. Good Lord, have you bathed at all since they pulled me out of you? Well, I see sarcasm hasn't eluded you. Fine, perhaps now isn't the best time, but it's the principle of the thing. Of course you do. How scintillating. After the think tank extracted me from your skull, they fell to bickering amongst themselves. I'm sad to say we were quite forgotten about. Dr. Mobius saw an opportunity to gain some leverage and had me spirited away to his dome. I don't know. I'm afraid the trauma of our separation rendered me quite insensate. I didn't come around until I was safely ensconced in this tank. I'm quite sure whatever he did was highly scientific, though. Hardly. Dr. Mobius keeps a close optical sensor on the goings-on at the think tank. As soon as he saw the opportunity, he took it. Well, as long as your curiosity is satisfied. Well, that's a fine how do you do. Me, quote, dick, unquote. As if I'm the one responsible for the way you carry on gadding about the wastes. I'm not the one that makes us clamber around Technus-infested ancient vaults or go charging off to New Vegas on missions of ill-conceived revenge. And have we forgotten who got us shot in the head and buried in a shallow grave? Do you think I enjoyed that little moment? Well, maybe next time you hear me telling you that charging a napkin with a penknife is a bad idea, you'll listen. I'm not going to lie to you. The prospect is definitely not that appealing. Look at it from my perspective. Here I have peace, quiet, and safety. Well, barring the odd rogue scorpion. In your head, I've got poison, radiation, grisly injuries, and biological functions. Do you know how much more you can get done when you're not constantly looking for places to urinate? It's quite a lot, I can tell you. Overrated biological feedback. Believe me, you only feel that way because you've got all that meat. Oozing hormones. I suppose you're right. That does call certain assumptions into question, doesn't it? Indeed, quite the conundrum. How do you suppose we resolve it?
You jump back into my face and then we can go out and we can explore the world again.
I suppose there might be some advantage to that, yes. There's a chance that the reintegration would create some improved synergy between us.
Cool. Well, so what do you say, Brain? You want to join me on some more wacky wild adventures?
Well, I suppose you've convinced me well enough. I'll rejoin your body if that's your final decision. Unfortunately, before we get to that stage of the proceedings, we have a problem. Even if I could settle myself back in your skull and reconnect all those pesky nerve endings, Dr. Mobius doesn't have the tools here. We would have to make use of Dr. Klein's lab, and I rather doubt the brains are inclined to share. And you believe them? Really? I know you were recently deprived of my fabulous advice, but... Really? Once I'm delivered into their clutches, they'll find a way past the radar fence and the whole Mojave will be their playground. That is assuming, of course, that one of them doesn't take a fancy to our body and decide to slip his own brain into it instead. Well, I suppose I do miss those endorphin rushes when we save the day. All right, what's the plan? Right! Look out, think tank! This brain is coming out of its jar! I suppose now that we're reunited, you'll want to fill your torso up with those other meaty parts the think tank took from us. Personally, I think your upgrades are quite a bit better. But now that I'm with you, the Sync's auto-dock can plug them back in no problem. Right then, off we go. Klein will be in for a nasty shock when he realizes the pacification field won't work on a mind and body reunited.
My brain added. Okay. And boop. I don't need any more mentats. Okay, nothing in here. Nothing I need. This is just gonna be money and stuff. Okay. Where is that chest? Here it is. Dr. Mobius's scrubs. Found it. Do we have his glove? Dr. Mobius glove. Let me see if we have it. I feel like we do. I don't know though. Let me check its location. It is found near Dr. Mobius. Right there. Sick. I think we're definitely good. I think we've got all the DLC stuff that I can find. I mean, I need more of those sonic emitters, but I'm not worried about that. Now, okay, how far are these? Maybe later. Maybe later. Hello, Robot Scorpion. But you're happy you're alive. I wonder if his robot scorpions are still gonna attack me though, or if they're not, because he's my friend now, right? Yeah, I don't think he's gonna attack me anymore. A think tank. We're almost there, guys. I think I'm gonna save as soon as I walk into the think tank, because there's multiple ways you can do this. We can kill him. Okay, Dr. Klein awaits. Make sure you're prepared to finish this once and for all. I'm gonna have to clear some of these saves out when I have time. Alright. Stop here for editing purposes. Okay. Ready to go. Oh, this looks devious. What's up, fellas?
The lobotomite returns. Our lobotomite. Has Dr. Mobius been denominated into scrap metal and voice module parts, as we hoped?
Yep.
I recommend watching your tone with me, lobotomite. Now, your brain. Hand it over, or we'll extract it again. And what could we possibly have to speak about? You have the brain, we have the technology. All you must do is surrender. With it, we can finally leave this place. I cannot tell you how boring this place gets, chopping up the landscape and everything in it. And we have so many questions to ask your brain first. About this Mojave place. A fertile testing ground for our experiments. Yes, you can. You don't really have an alternative that I can see.
Dr. Klein, I must intersect. Please, do not harm the lobotomite.
I'm not going to harm it. I'm going to dissect it until it's dead. Why the sudden intersection, Dala?
I cannot stand a sweet breathing organism breathing in and out to suddenly not breathe. We must keep it alive. For study. Slow study.
Dala, these vocalized pauses are unlike you. What do you care?
Klein, this lobotomite, it's a great sounding board. You respect ideology, right? This one's, well, it's got good ideas.
Silence, Dr. O. This is a think tank decision. Save your objections until after I have decided our course of action.
You know what, Klein? Stick a straw in your tank and suck yourself. Long and deep. And my name is Zero. Yeah, a big, fat zero with a slash through it.
The slash as a designator. Why, that is brilliant. But how did you...
The lobotomite taught me that. Taught me a name is more than, that I should take pride in things like names. And... You know what? Forget it, Klein. I hate you. And your theory of brachial beam oscillation? The Chinese had it first, you copycat.
How dare you? Brachial beam oscillation was solely my discovery. I expressly told you that and deleted all evidence to the contrary. It's 2-8. Why are you acting like this? You've never refused to commit necessary surgery before. And this lobotomite needs its surgery. A noble speech, but there is no room in my vocabularies for friend and lobotomite in the same sentence. The very concept, revolting. Perhaps you are irradiated with camaraderie radiation. We have chems for that. We can save you from your emotional addiction.
If I may, I feel as if I must be the voice of reason here. This lobotomite is much like us. Regarding even animals and pets as nothing more than avenues to promote science. There is good here. Instead of ending its life on the table, we should prolong its suffering in the name of science. Like good old Gabe, the finest of lab specimens.
Why am I even listening to you fools? And for this mutinous chorus, if there's a word I hate, it's mutiny. And the word jism, which never made any sense to me. It's ridiculous putting j and zm together like that. Nonsense. I count as 5. Like the mighty human hand I once had, with its 5 penises clenched in a fist. Nonsense! The mathematics of the situation are on our side, lobotomite. I believe... No, wait. Carry the two, then... If this were a democracy, I would be concerned. We are too scientific for that. So just surrender. You dare use logic against me? That's no deal at all. There's a whole world beyond the crater, filled with ideas and possibilities. We could have escaped, seen it all for ourselves, tested it, prodded at it, made it squirm. For you, and for science, I have a strange sensation that I would like that. How odd. Very well, partner. The think tank is at your service, as long as you do not destroy us.
Well, hey, that worked out. Sick. And nobody had to die. To the sink.
As it had been in the years before the Great War, Big Mountain, the Big Empty, became home to one of the brightest minds of the 23rd century. The courier watched over the Big Empty for years to come, caring for it, and keeping its discoveries safe until they were needed to help others. Which had always been Big Mountain's purpose. Past the laboratories and science, it had always been intended as a place to build the future of all mankind.
The courier had scoured much of the Big Empty, although secrets still remained in the crater's depths. Perhaps that was for the best, however. Curiosity, while sometimes rewarded for its efforts, often proves to be equally dangerous.
Dr. Mobius continued his research undisturbed in the Forbidden Zone. As much as he had attempted to create better scorpions, he tried the same with humanity, with considerably less success. These failures didn't bother him overmuch. Once the rush of mentats wore off, he forgot he had failed in any event. After all, the bright young mind who had come to visit him in the Forbidden Zone had already exceeded his expectations.
The sink atop the dome bustled with the voices of a small town, constantly chirping, arguing, and snarling at each other. Still, this all happened productively in the interests of its new owner. The Sink Central Intelligence Unit discovered, despite its inversion code, it was comforted by the sense of community the other personalities gave it.
The Biological Research Station, obsessed with seeding everything in sight, requested a transfer to the X-22 Botanical Garden, so that it might, in its own words, sensually fertilize the garden's smooth contours. The garden sent back a polite refusal, saying it had prior commitments with a vault it had helped infect before the war.
The book chute continued to devour all seditious materials until it nearly choked on a paperclip. It adamantly maintained it was a Chinese paperclip, and the whole thing had been an elaborately orchestrated assassination attempt. Whatever the reason, it slowed down for a while, carefully appraising each document and clipboard that came to it.
The light switches continued to flicker and flicker.
This persisted until the day someone dropped a flashlight in the sink, and the two of them united in their hatred of the showboat.
The sink continued to ruthlessly scrub any particulate matter that came near it. Eventually, it gained access to the magnetohydraulics plant and nearly flooded all the Big Empty in an attempt to scrub the crater clean.
The toaster continued its psychotic spree, reducing all appliances in range to scrap electronics and spare parts. After one of its more psychotic episodes, however, the other Sink personalities decided enough was enough and dumped the toaster in a bathtub. Sparking and hissing, the toaster swore its enemies would rue the day when they had bread and no way to toast it.
Muggy did his best to collect coffee cups, although in his quest, he accidentally trapped himself in Higgs Village. It might have been the end for poor Muggy. Except he found it peaceful there, tidying up the kitchens of the think tank professors back when they had been flesh and bone. Well, except for Dr. O, who was an asshole for having created Muggy in the first place. Muggy left O's house deliberately dirty, punishing the dishes and cups that lived there in blind revenge for serving Dr. O.
Blind-eyed old Jefferson eventually discovered a new sound. Silence. It only made him more filled with the blues than before. It was rumored by the other personalities that he had a brief fling with the light switches. Although he forgot their names much too often and was soon left in the dark as punishment.
Autodoc, always gentle and methodical, kept sewing up the courier in all the right places when the skin split open from repeated wear and tear. The Autodoc was just glad to have purpose again. It heard its simpler brothers and sisters who got shipped to the Sierra Madre were bored out of their skulls in that toxic dead city. In time, the Autodoc found a way to deactivate the Y-17 trauma harnesses, releasing the corpses they had held prisoner for almost 200 years.
As the courier ran through the X-8 facility multiple times, the computers analyzed the test subject's movements. Rather than performing a superficial observation, they realized the subject barely knew what communism was, or even what a high school was. This confused them for a time, until the facility finally realized that its research had succeeded. So it let its cyber dogs out into the wastes to help protect small communities from physical aggression rather than communist propaganda.
The infiltration program in X-13 felt spent, having repeatedly upgraded the stealth suit until it could upgrade it no more. It felt warm, fulfilled, and a bit sluggish. It realized not long after the stealth suit had left it, without so much as a note on the nightstand. So the infiltration program sent out robo-brains into the wastes, looking for its wayward technology. It eventually found Repcon HQ, and set up a new research center, testing and murdering fiends who kept breaking into the facility.
The courier, organs intact, continued onwards, a little less heavy of step, but with all the organs in the right places, as they should be. After all, brains can develop a life of their own when left to their own thoughts, and the courier's brain was more clever than most.
Dr. Klein and the think tank remained alive, unaware of the world outside. They looped through their daily routine, none the wiser about the world beyond, although perhaps wiser was the wrong word. The world outside belonged to the courier, and if anyone would shape it, well, the courier had already called dibs.
There is an expression in the wasteland, old world blues. It refers to those so obsessed with the past they can't see the present, much less the future, for what it is.
They stare into the what was, eyes like pilot lights, guttering and spent, as the realities of their world continue on around them.
Science is a long, steady progression into the future. What may seem a sudden event often isn't felt for years, even centuries to come.
In the times following the Second Battle of Hoover Dam, however, old world blues took on a new meaning.
Where once it was viewed as a form of sadness, nostalgia, it became an expression describing the potential for the future.
It can be easy to see science as evil, technology unchecked as the source of all ills, all misfortunes.
With the courier at the helm, science became a beacon for the future. There was old world blues, and new world hope. And hope ruled the day at Big Mountain.
We could say more, but the stories in the Big Empty speak for themselves. Now armed with the transportal Ponder, the courier could return to the dome at any time and crack open the secrets of the Big Empty one by one. The sink sat vigilant, waiting for its master to return, shoes covered in Mojave dust. Only one road yet remained, and it was one the courier had to walk alone.
Yep, you guys heard that. We gotta walk the lonesome road, and then we can beat the game. Your brain is back in your body, but some advanced technologies remain. My brain can still not be crumpled, but I'm only 10% resistant to addiction now. I gained a +1 DT. Sick.
Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
Greetings, citizen.
I trust matters regarding your brain were resolved to your satisfaction.
Yeah.
Ow! Yeah! I understand you're to be congratulated on the recovery of your missing organs. Bravo.
Yeah. Toaster!
With the brains dealt with, soon we can spread our rule across the Mojave. All will eat burned toast in despair.
Damn.
So you beat the big brains at their own game, huh? Guess you'll be putting your walking shoes on again, hitting that old lonesome road.
You outbrained the big brains? That is so hot.
Yeah. Or Muggy.
Please, please, please tell me you stomped Dr. Rose's brain into a fine paste. Did he squeal? Did he beg? God, I hope he begged. Who's the flatware bitch now, oh?
Everybody's got something to say.
You're back, and the brains didn't lobotomize you. Well, not any worse, at least. Hooray!
Yay!
You took care of them brains pretty good, baby. Nice.
Damn.
Might I be safe in the assumption that matters with the think tank have been satisfactorily concluded vis-a-vis your residence in this domicile?
Yeah, sure. Pretend to know what that means. Alright, what do we have here? Nothing that I want. Okay. Now I just need to figure out whether or not I want to get those other upgrades. Maybe. Do I need to? I don't feel like I need to.
Want to push my buttons?
Maybe. Fido added. There we go. Alright, well. Yeah, I think we're done for now. I think we're good. I'm gonna go ahead and send us back. How do I... Big Mountain Terrace. Yep. Alright. Back to the world. This device won't function while you're in an interior. Damn. Oh. I hit my mic. Okay. I really want to get these again. So, here, let me take these back. And then, after that, I'm going to go ahead and grab the rest of the upgrades. Until next time. Bye, kiddos. Shabunk.